Hello, Rachel Nasatka here, continuing my series on high growth personas with a new article aptly titled, Hey Company Founders, Stop Getting in Your Own Way. Sample my 12-week leadership development pilot instead. Week 1, Identify leadership baseline and scope. I've been talking to a lot of different humans over the past few weeks, both in real life and via my writing. Whether you are a corporate executive, a mid-career leader, a company founder, or a human trying to live in a way that honors, well, humanity, I've probably talked to you. Corporate leaders, either intentionally or unintentionally, creating human systems in the workplace. Mid-career leaders navigating the messy middle between conflicting executive expectations and team management needs. Company founders realizing, or not, that what made them successful in the first place likely needs to evolve if they want it to continue. These are the groups that I work with in my coaching practice, but Substack gives me an opportunity to dig a little bit deeper into some of the details here at scale, which is ironic because that's exactly what this work does, helps companies scale. Where to start? With the most passionate, energized, sharp, driven, and self-sabotaging group, the company founder. Let me paint you a picture. You have investors, you have technology, you have some big wins, which means high money, high stakes, high stress. For the first time, there is too much work for you, the founder, to manage. So you hire. You bring in people to take some of the pressure off your shoulders. The problem, however, is that they all do it wrong, not the way you would have. So you redo it and come to the conclusion that you can't trust anyone else to meet your standard. You feel like you have to do everything yourself because no one else is as equipped, as passionate, as competent. Except in reality, that's not actually true. You just aren't willing to redefine what good looks like without you at the center. Because while you, the founder, are the unequivocal expert in what you've built, you are not the expert on every topic related in some way to your business. And relying primarily on yourself for quality work is not only a direct request for burnout, but also a surefire way to end up in an echo chamber. It turns out the closer you try to stay to everything, the further you get from the needs of reality. And this leaves you disconnected from real world issues and needs that your business or product should be primed to address. If only you had more wide-ranging catalog of leadership skills and talents at your disposal. Reader, I've spent about half of my career working for large public companies and the other half working for founder-led organizations. In my world, this means organizations that began with just a few people and scaled over years to 200 plus employees, all while being led by the company founder sitting in a perpetual CEO seat, whether they are effective in this seat or not. I've experienced this founder-led environment both as a senior leader working in client services and as a senior leader working in human resources. At one of these jobs, I ran a team of HR business partners responsible for partnering with the company's most senior leaders on topics like organizational design, talent management, growth and development, company engagement, and leadership needs planning. The company had about 450 employees when I started and went public a month after I joined the team. As such, my work spans supporting senior leaders and their teams, not only through the IPO, but also through two subsequent M&As, merger and acquisition. This meant three founders, a tenuously shared vision, and a lot of passion. I learned the hard way what happens in a situation like this where the company scales faster than the humans who run it. I learned the toll this can take on employees and how that negatively impacts the business and the bottom line. And I want to help others learn these things too, ideally without all of the chaos and stress of holding all of this together, only to be laid off by someone who did not have the competency and shouldn't have had the power to do so. See, Dennis. This experience, combined with riveting, not being sarcastic, conversations I've been having with founders in the Phoenix business community has led me to see the leadership gaps that often happen when a founder builds a company and then is expected to actually lead it. This is why I am building my own Founders Leadership Intensive, a 12-week coaching program designed to help founders scale as leaders so they don't act as bottlenecks to growth. My program is designed to solve the invisible problems that kill scale: misaligned leadership, unclear ownership, weak decision systems, and founder dependency. I primarily address this through my coaching business, but in the spirit of scaling, I am bringing a light version of this offering to Substack. For the next 12 weeks, I will write an essay on each of the high-level steps in my Founders Leadership Intensive. These essays will be free to all, and I promise, even though they are about leadership development, they will be charming and self-deprecating and entertaining. Or I might lack total self-awareness, which can also be fun reading material. I will, however, introduce a paywall for the first time with interactive exercises below the paywall to reinforce the content and get founders to start thinking about their transition into leadership at scale. I'm excited to take my own advice, be super meta, and start to scale my tried and true methods of scaling. Want to talk directly? Send me a message. Want to take action on your own? Become a paid subscriber.